conducting a severe weather risk evaluation that is for the severe risk present over a large swath of the central and southern United States over the next several days. The most prominent threat of this is Friday at the moment, although there is an enhanced risk on Saturday that I will not get into at the moment because it is farther out than this, and this is the immediate threat to focus on. So, Friday, April 13, 2013, looking at an enhanced risk from the SPC most recently issued from around Lufkin, Texas to almost Alexandria, Louisiana to Des Moines, Iowa. And it is within this enhanced risk that there is a significant hatched area signifying the potential for significant severe weather. The key feature in the development of this is going to be a very strong upper level trough ejecting into the central plains with coincident surface cyclogenesis over the central plains throughout the forecast period. It's indicated by the strong mid-latitude cyclone here, and this is based on the 18Z NAM. GFS was not loaded all the way, so I opted to go with the NAM at the moment because it would be more convenient for my purposes. The potential energy will be largest in Texas and adjacent areas resulting from moisture advection as a result of amplification of the midlevel flow from the surface cyclone, with values of 2,500 to maybe even 3,500 in eastern Texas, reaching and exceeding 2,000 joules per kilogram surface-based CAPE, potentially in south-central Iowa. Instability is going to be highest over Texas. There's a potential for moderately steep lapse rates owing to decreasing temperatures aloft, which will combine with the moisture advection and low levels to allow for an unstable thermodynamic environment to develop ahead of the deepening low pressure system. Looking aloft, there will be a build of very strong mid-level flow ejecting into the Midwest on the east side of the developing closed low and associated surface cyclone. There will be some increased dynamics, including divergence and defluent flow over this area, spreading into Iowa and also areas potentially even into the cold sector, where there could be a snowstorm. More in a bit. The result of this very strong mid-level flow ejecting over the area will be enhanced vertical shear. Fixed vertical shear in the 0 to 6 kilometer layer will be the highest from Oklahoma to Kansas, some reaching near the warm front into Iowa, but generally through the enhanced risk area, values can be expected to range from 50 to 60 knots, which is sufficient with these kind of values for substantial convective organization. Effective bulk shear, which is the effective layer version of that same shear, will be of similar magnitude. Already looking at 850 millibar flow, low-level helicity 0 to 3 kilometer will be the highest, where 850 millibar flow is the strongest and most strongly backed over Arkansas and Missouri. But even throughout the enhanced risk area, even up especially to near the warm front, which will be oriented across central Iowa, there will be the potential for higher values exceeding 200 meters squared per second squared. In some locations it could exceed 300, and in some locations, as indicated by the NAM, it could exceed 400. These values are still highly uncertain, though. Models tend to have issues with addressing the magnitude of storm relative helicity. All throughout the enhanced risk area, severe thunderstorms capable of all hazards will be possible. So that will be the reason for the enhanced risk. They are likely to develop, severe weather is likely to develop. Two areas to focus on, though, based on this latest run of the NAM. The first area would be south central Iowa to northern Missouri. In that area, there are relatively high composite values, SCP running from 8 to maybe 12. But what's really important to focus on is not only will there be moderate instability in this area, but also winds will be more strongly backed in closer proximity to not only the surface low, but also the warm front that's set up over the state, over the central part of the state. So the SPC has indicated the potential for strong tornadoes, isolated strong tornadoes associated with discrete convection here in this area. The next area to focus on would be from eastern Oklahoma to northeastern Texas to northern Louisiana and Arkansas. This area was considered for a moderate risk upgrade by the SPC and had much higher instability, but the evolution of the convective structures remains at least somewhat uncertain, which precludes the issuance of higher risk probabilities at this time. However, significant severe weather could still occur in this area, with the potential for strong tornadoes in isolated instances, possibly. And finally, looking at the HRF version 2, the snowstorm part of the system is indicated where precipitation is heavy from South Dakota through Nebraska into south central Minnesota and even into Wisconsin. Pressure gradient force with the deepening surface low combined with the moisture convection going up into cold air will result in the potential for heavy snow and gusty winds, which is why the National Weather Service has issued some blizzard warnings along with winter storm warnings throughout this area. But the severe weather risk in the warm sector looks to develop as a result of the cold front entering the area, and in the evening we see, based on a lot of model runs, the development of rather discrete convection over the aforementioned risk areas, particularly in two risk areas, again, from southern Iowa to northern Missouri, potentially even western central Missouri, and also the southern risk area, which could potentially be considered for a moderate risk upgrade, but at this point I think that there's still too much uncertainty, and I'm not sure what direction the SPC is looking to go with it. The Enhanced Risk Saturday will not make remarks on at the moment. But it's in both of these areas, and the areas in between even, anywhere in the Enhanced Risk area where the SPC is currently indicating the potential for severe weather being likely, and significant severe weather being a potential, and that includes the possibility of strong tornadoes in isolated instances, and more so, probably large to very large hail and damaging winds. That is the evaluation of the severe weather risk on April 13, 2018 from Thursday evening, April 12th, 2018.